Good morning, friends. Once again, the issue of phone tapping or cell phone tapping surfaced in the political arena, particularly in Andhra Pradesh. Yesterday, the former CM Chandrababu Naidu, he opened the Pandora's box, alleging that the government is illegally phone tapping the conversations of the opposition parties, the social activists, the journalists, the advocates, and they did not spare even the judges also. Friends, remember, these are all the allegations. Yesterday, he wrote a letter to the Honorable Prime Minister of India to initiate immediate and stern action against the government or private persons who are involving in the phone tapping issue. Friends, you may be knowing. So, the permanent leaving of Hyderabad by CBN is only the result of that vote for note case, the scam where Revant Reddy was arrested. And of course, at the time also, this man leveled allegations that telephone tapping was done. Now let's know what is telephone tapping. So now the phones are being tapped. So that means it is nothing but interception. Interception previously by government. Government used to do it. Now you have to remember the legal point. Section 5, Clause 2 of the Indian Telegraph Act 1885. It permits the center to intercept, to monitor, to decrypt any information from any person and which is posing a threat to the national integrity, which is posing a threat to the security and sovereignty and integrity of the nation, and which is posing a threat to the friendly relations of the foreign countries. So you may be knowing, we have got extradition treaties with some other countries. Suppose if they are friendly with us and if you try telephone tapping, then if it comes to their notice, definitely a serious view will be taken and the relations may soar. Therefore, under these, if by the name of friendly relations, they may try to take away information. If there is a threat, definitely we can go. Actually, this is the power under Section 5, Clause 2 of the Indian Telegraph Act 1885. Friends, you may be knowing, days are gone, no telephones are there now, no, except government offices, we don't use it. Now, the cell phone tapping, it is now invoked. Of course, so many apps have come, even the private persons were tapping your phone and everything is going on, we have seen. As a police officer also, we observed at the time, maybe during the year, I will tell you, 2005 I believe. 2005, the government of AP purchased the so-called intercepting mission worth about 1 crore from USA. At that time the demand was like that. I think now it may not cost more than 10,000 or maximum 50,000, that's all. So since it was thought to be a sophisticated instrument, we bought it. We kept it in the Nalamala forest and we used to hear. Of course, due to the wind, it could not function properly. We could understand that our target is speaking to somebody. But what is the information is very, very difficult to assess. But anyway, because of the experience, the operators used to conduct there. So here the government is competent. Please remember, government is competent to intercept under these three conditions: integrity of the nation, security of the nation, then sovereignty and a threat to the foreign relations. In other circumstances, you should not do it. Why? Now go to the Constitution. Article 14. Everybody has got a freedom of expression. He can speak whatever he thinks. Of course, there are reasonable restrictions, but he can speak to his friends, he can speak to his wife. All these things are there, he can speak. At the same time, Article 21, right to privacy, even though it is not directly written in the Constitution, but Article 21 says, the state shall protect the life and personal liberty of an individual, except as per the procedure established by law. So in that case, please remember PUCL, Progressive Union for Civil Liberties versus Union of India 1997. In this case, so Honorable Supreme Court held that right to privacy is also covered under right to life, that is Article 21 of the Constitution of India, right to life, right? In that case, you may be knowing it happened in the year actually mid-1990. At the time, Chandrasekhar, who is likely to become or succeed Mr. VP Singh, he leveled allegations that the VP Singh government is monitoring the telephones of all, including his own ministers, all the government officers. So many, the persons who are against him, he is doing this, all this. Then the matter was entrusted to CBI. Just like this, Pandora's box opened, even Raja is gone, this incident has come. So many things have come to light. In this case, Honorable Supreme Court of India categorically stated that right to privacy is a fundamental right. So the telephones should not be tapped. Even for that matter, right to privacy, then you have to think about Karak Singh versus State of UP. Yeah, Karak Singh versus State of UP, 1963. So in that case, since Karak Singh was called to the police station and the people used to visit him in the dead of night, he said his right to privacy has been violated. And Supreme Court held it to be correct also. Even for that matter, in Andhra Pradesh High Court, I will tell you. Andhra Pradesh High Court in 2008, Rayala M. Bhuvaneshwari versus Naga Padindra Rayalu, 2008. It held that the interception of the phone of the wife, the husband tapping the phone of his wife is illegal. He is not supposed to do so. So when individuals are also banned, then definitely this incident is there. And second point, now coming to section 69 of the Information Technology Act. So definitely section 69 of the Information Technology gives enormous powers to the center. So according to this section 69, it gives center power to issue directions for interception, monitoring or decryption of any information through computer resource. So the government is competent when those three conditions. Unless those conditions are fulfilled, you cannot involve in telephone tapping. This is what we want to say. Section 69, but it gives power to only to the center. Right? Now coming to the practical point, since I worked as a police officer, normally you give a report that somebody is harassing you, molesting you, all these things. In such a case, the call details should be obtained and we should monitor also. At that time, we used to obtain permission from the superintendent of police and then get the call details from the concerned companies, all these things. Now, with the incident of Sri J.D. Lakshmana versus versus we don't want to say, in the incident of J.D. Lakshmana, it is clearly established that only the IG intelligence is the competent person for permitting even taking the call details of a person, even for taking the interception of any phone of any suspect person, all these things. So now days have changed. Anyway, so lot many cases are there, allegations are there. Incidentally, the government also responded. The DGP, Sri Gautam Sawant says, okay, since it is against the definitely independence or right to privacy, fundamental right enshrined in the Constitution, he asked Mr. Babu to give a report so that they will take up the matter. Friends, remember, these are all wild allegations and nobody, I am sure nobody will give the report. It's only publicity stunt, that's all I want to tell you. But anyway, we have to know, let us leave the politics, we are not interested. We have to know the legal points. Each in which area, whether telephone tapping, handset person not allowed. Second is under which provisions allowed. Section 5, Clause 2 of the IT Act and also 69 of the Information Technology Act. Please remember the so-called provisions of Article 19 and Article 21 of the Constitution of India. If you know this much, then you can have the knowledge about the telephone tapping and you can discuss it at length. Right? Thank you very much.